So you might know this fish under one of the many names it has, such as the red-lined torpedo barb or the roseline shark, but I know it as a Denison barb, and what a stunning fish it is. I'm not going to describe it for you because the beautiful colours and markings just stand out for themselves, but this gorgeous little fish from South India can tolerate a range of parameters. pH wise, anything between 6.5 and 8 is fine, which is basically anything we'd call an aquarium setup. And for temperature, they're more of a temperate fish than a tropical one, so cooler waters. 26 Celsius or 78 Fahrenheit is their upper limit. I'll keep mine at 25, and they can go as low as 18 or 65 degrees. The rivers from where it originates in the world are kind of fast flowing, and we can tell that this fish likes fast flowing water because its torpedo shaped body lends itself to gliding through the currents. So we're going to want some water movement for these fish. Waters like that are bound to be richer in oxygen too, so that'll be more what this fish is used to. Characteristics like that are going to have an impact on the tank size. Well, not the tank size so much. I mean, it is a bigger fish. It can get anywhere between 5 and 6 inches, so it's going to need more volume. But rather than talking about litres and gallons, we probably want to be talking about length. They are active fish that like to swim. So as they get bigger, as they get to maturity and full size, this is a 6-foot tank and they'll probably appreciate every inch of it. So probably a minimum of a 4-foot tank for these guys. Height isn't quite as much of a consideration. This tank is 16 inches from top to bottom, and they do use all levels, top, middle and bottom, but they seem quite happy with it. We do need a tight fitting lid though. These fish do jump. How do I know? Because I started with 9 and now I've got 8. There are a few reasons why fish do jump, and I thought I had it covered, but they really can get out of the tiniest of cracks, so we need to be careful with that. They're a mild-mannered fish once they settle down. I mean, originally I got 6 and they were squabbling to sort out the hierarchy, the same as tiger barbs do. I added a further 3 and after a couple of days it all settled down. Since then there's been no more drama between themselves, and they never bother any other fish. I would recommend getting a group of these if you can then, at least 9. They are a schooling fish and they do enjoy the company of their own kind. Also, if you can get a nice big group, that's when they feel most calm and most at their ease, and when you're going to see the best behaviour from them. Often with bigger fish, you'll find if they can fit a smaller fish in their mouth, they will gobble them up. But not only are these guys super good natured, they've also got tiny wee mouths really, so they're not really at risk of that. They might mop up the odd fry if it came in their direction though. I did have some cherry shrimp in this tank as well that seemed to disappear over time, so I think that's on them. So that's something to think about. Otherwise, they're omnivorous, which means they'll pretty much eat anything that you feed your aquarium fish. To me, that means instead of feeding them anything, we feed them everything. So we give them a range of foods, including vegetable matter and protein foods, making sure they've got a ranged and a balanced diet, rather than just sticking to one aquarium food. That's the only time I can really see a problem with keeping them with other fish, because they are so quick and they are so eager to get the food. If you've got slower eaters, they might not be getting enough, so you just need to make sure of that. A wee trick to ensure everybody's eating is to feed at different parts of the tank, although these guys are so quick they're going to get what they want anyway, to be honest. We don't need to keep them in planted tanks. I know some people keep them with African cichlids, and what they lack in aggression to defend themselves, they make up for in speed to get out of dodge. I definitely feel like they look amazing in a planted tank though, with those collars that just pop out. In fact, the red line, if that is dulled or subdued in any way, that's generally an indication they're not happy with something. Maybe their parameters in the tank, the water condition. So a wee indicator for us, and it's time to check out what's going on in the tank if that's the case. Otherwise, I just think they're an amazing fish. Stunning, beautiful, graceful. When you've got a bunch of them, it can be reminiscent of the sharks you see on the nature programs. And just generally a wonderful fish to keep. They can be a little bit pricey, that's well documented, but for a fish that can live for 5 years and fill you full of wonder and joy that whole time, I think that's a small price to pay when it's spread out like that.